Hello friends, my name is Hani. I'm a public speaker and a trainer for this session. So there was this thought which was coming to my mind again and again, that how do we make impromptu speeches? Have you ever given one? How do you feel when you make an impromptu speech? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel tense? Do you feel jittery? And if you do, you're not the only one, because 85% of the people do feel nervous and jittery, and other 15 who do not claim it to be, they are lying, because practically everybody feels little scared while they have to make a public speech or an impromptu speech. So we did a research and tried to find it out, that what are the sources of this anxiety? Why there is this fear of public speaking? There is this fear of impromptu speaking or spontaneous speaking to public for the simple reason that it could originate either because of the situations, number one, or it could originate because of the audience, or it could originate, number three, because of the goals that you set for yourself. So the first reason why normally people feel nervous and tense while making an impromptu speech is when they are put into such situations. Like for instance, if you are making an animated discussion about any important topic which you really love to discuss about, and suddenly somebody comes to you and says that this is a topic that you would have to make a public presentation on, you suddenly feel nervous because you're not prepared for that, right? So that's the source. And what do you think? How can you overcome that? One of the best ways to overcome such a fear is to make your information in a conversational tone. Speak to people as if you are conversing with them. The more you converse with them, the more you put it into a conversational format, the more comfortable you would be to make such public speeches. The second important source of being anxious is when you have different audiences. Like for instance, again, if I have got novice speakers with me, it's easier for me to stand and to give long, large speeches. But if in case I have to make an impromptu speech, and that also with the audience who come from the same background as mine, of course I do feel nervous and jittery. For this, one of the best way to overcome this kind of an anxiety is to use the technique of visualization. Imagine who your audience would be, where would they be, how would they react to your speech, and see it in a very positive manner. Imagine as if you're giving a great speech, right? That would do wonders. And the third important source of being anxious to give a spontaneous speech is probably the goals that you set for yourself. But have you ever imagined yourself that what kind of goals do you set? You set goals which are future oriented. That if I make this spontaneous speech, I'll be probably rewarded by a promotion, by a stake hike, by probably incentives, by probably getting a better grade, something like that, right? But it's all future and nobody has seen the future. Why are you taking it as a performance? Why don't you take it as something wherein you change your perspective and see that you remain yourself focused and in the present? Once you remain focused and in the present, you would be able to come out of your anxiety in no time. And some of the best techniques to overcome anxiety and be present focused is probably something, maybe you go out for a small walk, maybe you play a small video game, maybe you do, I know one of the speakers who does some push-ups before he goes and makes a speech, and he does a phenomenal speech because he says that helps him to stay in present and in focused attention. That's wonderful. I use an interesting tongue twister. So it could be anything that you use, but it will help you to remain focused. Once you are focused and you stay in present, you would be able to make much better impromptu speeches. So if you want to learn more about these speeches, impromptu speeches, prepared speeches, spontaneous speeches, and how best you can make it up, I welcome you to come and be a participant in my class. We take up the classes at CocoWeave Trainings, and our website address is www.cocoweave.com. I spell it as COCOWEAVE.com. Thank you so much for your time, and you have a great day. Thank you.